Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are well. Today, yes, I'm back with another reaction video to Blue Therapy. This time I'm going to be reacting to episode 2. Now, so far I have enjoyed what I've been watching, and I think it's been very insightful and very enjoyable to actually see the journey of the couples. Now, if you have anything you want me to talk about, do let me know in the comments. Also, let me know how you finding Blue Therapy. What are your thoughts about Blue Therapy? And let's get started with episode 2.
So Paul, I understand that CHIOMA works in social media, or is an influencer, is that what they call them? Yeah. Is this something that you're happy with?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm very happy for her, but at the same time, I respectfully, the way she conducts herself isn't managed fully. The damage control isn't really there.
Pardon?
And respectfully, I said respectfully.
I kind of expected him to come up with this. Okay, let's get into it. I know he's going to bring up Instagram and how I carry myself and how people see me, and I'm tired. Like, we have this conversation once every week, so... But yeah, let's get into it.
Damage control, what does that mean?
How can I put this? It's one thing to be on a platform to kind of, showcase yourself. However, if it's then inappropriate what you're doing and it's online, that kind of affects the both of us.
You're lying. You're lying now. Because how do I not conduct myself appropriately online?
Okay, cool. Random example, right? True story. So, CHIOMA goes out with her girls, right? Cool. No.
Oh, no.
No, we're in therapy. Let's have the conversation, right?
Anyway.
This is a safe place, right?
Yeah. Oh, everything that's said in here stays in the
Yeah,
call.
everything? I believe you. Alright, look. CHIOMA goes out with the girls. So on this night, obviously we have mutuals. I know you're familiar with how Instagram works in terms of the stories. You watch one, it goes over to the other.
Do you follow her? Or did you go on her page and click on her story?
No, we have mutuals. I probably follow her. What? She's your friend. Just familiarity. Maybe I shouldn't be for her, I don't know, but it was there, I saw it. So long story short, CHIOMA went out with the girls. I was on my Instagram just flicking through stories of my clients, because I have clients that are influencers, right? So the next slide that came along was I literally saw CHIOMA doing a crazy new dance or whatever, and it was inappropriate. It was very disrespectful. It was listen, very disrespectful, and it was inappropriate. And I feel like she was over sexualizing herself. Respectfully, when it comes to like social media, Snapchat, Instagram, and stuff like that, with CHIOMA, like she can be respectful generally. But at the same time, she's kind of like a mixture between like cute / bite me, if you know what I mean. I don't mess with that. It's basically like a first trap.
Do you understand this situation that he's talking about?
Yes, I know the exact situation he's talking about. So I went out with my girls. We went to the club, and I was having fun. I was dancing. I was having
That's
fun.
what they call it now.
I was having fun. And I was dancing. I wasn't twerking or anything like that. But
twerking?
I was dancing.
See?
I was dancing. He says I was twerking. That's why that's the only reason that's
I didn't see. Did I mention twerking?
You didn't need to mention it now, but that's your point, right, babe? Because you've spoken to me about this.
You mentioned twerking. I didn't mention twerking. Denise. Okay.
I was dancing with my knees bent. Let's just say that. My friend was recording the environment, and I was in that video for 1 second or less than that, okay? I didn't post it onto my page because I know how my man is. I'm not ready to go home and argue. I don't want any conflict. At the end of the day, I don't want anything. I wasn't dancing on a man, and I wasn't over-sexualizing myself. I was having fun. He now has an issue with that. Why? And why is that something I need to apologize for?
Perception is not reality, and as you can see, Paul has perceived something that he believes CHIOMA was doing, but CHIOMA disagrees with this. And when it comes to your perception is a view from your lens, and when you're viewing the world from your lens, it can influence the way you see the world, other people, and yourself. And I guess the way Paul has viewed CHIOMA from his lens, he has already interpreted his perception about how he feels CHIOMA was dancing, which he describes as disrespectful / bite me, tease me. So I think it'll be interesting to see what CHIOMA says to this and how they kind of go on about with this conversation.
Tell me, when you go out with your friends, sometimes it could be seen that if you're at the bar having a drink, if someone took a picture, it might look like you are chatting to somebody in an inappropriate way.
But you know what? I'll tell you something. A picture paints 1,000 words, right? Now, 1,000 words, if you're educated like myself, once you digest it, you understand what it means. So all it takes is 1 second for me to see 1 or 2 moves that I know, okay, something's going on. Yeah, she's trying to do something.
I was dancing.
Okay. If you didn't post it on your page, why would you let your friend post it on her page?
First of all, it's not like she was videoing me. She was videoing the area. I was in, babe, how many seconds was I in that video for?
I don't know.
The only reason as to why I didn't post it was because I know how he is. But I have every right to do that. And if I wanted to post it, I would have posted it.
That's
just
inconsiderate.
what it is.
That's inconsiderate.
Me and my girls respect ourselves. I respect myself. I don't embarrass him online, nor do I embarrass myself. So all of this is controlling. I feel like he's a little bit narcissistic, but I'm not going to put up with this shit because I know how I carry myself and it's very respectful. So he can drop that.
Jamal, you were the one that reached out to come to therapy. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about?
So yeah, I've experienced therapy before. I've done a solid 8 months, and I think this was so beneficial for our relationship. The reason why obviously I brought Deborah to therapy with me is I feel like she doesn't value my words. So I'm just questioning my manhood as well.
In what way?
So being a provider, I provide for her, of course, but I feel like with her high expectations and the things that she expects from me is going above and beyond the person that I probably am. So an example was, okay, I got a Gucci bag. As soon as, we 2 weeks, she was talking about, let's go to Greece for her birthday and stuff. I was thinking, I've just literally got you an expensive gift. Can't you just wait?
Why can't we do both?
Yeah, we can do both, but times have changed. I'm looking to buy a house. I've got a project in Ghana I'm obviously sorting out. Obviously got a new project I'm with me doing, a health retreat as well, which obviously costs a lot of money. And I just feel like Deborah needs to actually understand money, understand the value of money, and the time that needs to be put into that.
Deborah doesn't really value money. It's all cool when she's by herself, but when it's us, together, that can't really run anymore. It seems like it's being more of an anchor. We're trying to build together, right? That's what relationships are all about. So, personally, if she wants it to flourish, then she needs to kind of think about the money aspect of things. I feel.
So from this, I'm getting that Jamal just said that Deborah has high expectations, and it shows that when you have high expectations which don't align or match with your partner, this is when you're entering difficult territory, because if there's a mismatch, then there's going to cause difficulties and problems with you wanting something that your partner is unable to give you. So I'm interested to see what Deborah's response is to this, as to why she has such high expectations from Jamal and where this has come from. Because essentially, when you have high expectations, it comes from somewhere.
Just controlling. She doesn't allow me to do particular things. So my social media...
Allow you?
Yes, allow me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, so my social media activity...
You have to do what you like. Let's get that right.
Hold on. Babe, let's not do that. She asked me the question. Okay, cool. So yeah, she just controlled my social media activity. Obviously that's
because you do too much.
That's what generates me money as well. So that's obviously buying the gifts for her. So there shouldn't really be a problem. But she's
What, Clubhouse buying me gifts?
Yeah, if I'm making money and monetizing off it, of course it's a problem.
So tell me, your business,
Yeah.
Do you market yourself through social media?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of it's through social media, through marketing. A lot of it's mouth to mouth as well. But the issue is she just feels that because I'm on social media, she just thinks I'm doing it out of leisure rather than business.
And it isn't totally leisure, is
No,
it?
majority. So I'll say if we're going to put it on percentages, I'll say 80% is business, 20% is a bit of leisure.
And do you understand that?
No.
No.
So, controlling. Jamal has just called Deborah controlling, that she controls his social media and kind of what he does. He originally said in episode 1 that he's given her his timetable. So, I sense a bit of vulnerability here. And sometimes people can confuse controlling as emotionally fragile or quite vulnerable. And it'll be interesting to see why Jamal thinks that Deborah's controlling and what Deborah has to say from this, because it may be Jamal might be confusing her controlling nature, as he says it, as to Deborah probably being quite emotionally fragile or feeling quite vulnerable within their relationship. So she's using maybe a controlling technique to secure herself or make herself feel good and make herself not feel quite vulnerable and emotionally fragile within the relationship. And I guess as time goes by, within the therapy session, we're going to find out a bit more about the relationship, and the therapist is going to divulge deeper into their relationship and get an understanding in relation to the baseline and the foundation as to, you know, why these couples are having difficulties, and why Jamal feels that Deborah's controlling, why Deborah believes or why Deborah acts in a controlling way.
No.
So when I buy
I
these
don't.
gifts, so what?
Okay, first of all, let's just calm down, because Clubhouse does not generate enough funds for you to buy me a Gucci
I
bag.
can see my accounts.
That's for one. Secondly, it's just, the social media for me is just too obsessive. This excuse about how it's, you know, it's part of your business, etc., etc., it doesn't take away from the fact that I still like expensive gifts. Like, you know the girl that you got with. Jamal knows the type of girl that he got with. Like, I like looking good and I like the luxury brands, the Fendis, the Gucci's. The next purchase that I want Jamal to get for me is a Prada bucket hat. Like, he knows the girl he got with. I'm a female. You're my boyfriend. I expect for my boyfriend to look after me. Like, that's just it. So you bringing this up is, you know,
Tell me.
I'm not really understanding.
When he gives you these gifts, what does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel like a princess.
I love how Denise asks Deborah, what does it make you feel like when he buys you these gifts? And she said, like a princess. So Deborah has attached gifts as her feeling like a princess. So it'll be interesting to find out who has made Deborah feel like a princess in the past that she now wants to bring into her relationship with Jamal to feel like a princess in that relationship. And does anything else that Jamal does make her feel any certain type of way? Now, it's very important because I feel like with Deborah, her high expectations and making her feel like a princess does scream a bit of emotionally fragile and vulnerability, because it's not about the gifts that she's getting. It's more about something that's more deep rooted, and she feels that these gifts are essentially covering up for how she is feeling.
When I was younger, my dad, even till this day, like, he treats me like a princess. And that's my expectation of a man. You know, towards the beginning, he started off like that, you know, slightly. But now it's completely down the drain. Like, there's nothing like that.
So I'll treat you like princess no more now.
No, he doesn't.
One thing I want to know is, why can't Deborah take responsibility of herself? She claims to say that she likes to look good, she likes designer things. I want to know, why is it that she's not buying these things for herself, and why does she expect that from Jamal? Now, she did use her dad as an example in relation to saying that her dad treats her like a princess. So off of the back of that, I think what Deborah is getting confused is she's not dating her father, she's dating Jamal. So Jamal is not going to treat her like her dad, and that there's two different, totally different relationships. Your dad treats you in a certain way and your partner treats you in a certain way, and you can't get the two confused, otherwise difficulties arise, which we're seeing with their relationship.
Do you ever go out socially in a group of people?
Of course.
He does. He goes out and he gets tables with his friends, and he has these women, single women, sipping his champagne and dancing on him on his table.
No, not dancing.
I don't have an issue with that, because I know you're just partying, you're clubbing, you're going to come back to me, correct?
Yeah.
I trust you, and I feel as though you wouldn't cheat. So why don't you give me that same trust? Because I'm dancing, I'm humiliating myself, and I'm humiliating us as a couple. Come off your high horse. I'm so, like, this is what I mean. He has issues.
So Paul, Shoma's just said that you go out and you spend money on champagne and you have young ladies sitting around.
Of course.
Is that what happens?
Yeah. But I have an explanation, right? So look at it like this now. As I have mentioned, or she mentioned, I have affluent people that I associate myself with. Also my clients are quite wealthy too. If I'm going to a club, right, with a couple clients or a person that I'm looking to make a client, am I going to stand at the bar?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you, that's not how business works. I would potentially want to, maybe not wow the person, but create a standard. These people that I work with and deal with are used to a certain standard of living. Now, if you want to get business from people like this, you kind of need to be able to show that you understand certain things. Does this make sense? So if I then go over to a club and I'm trying to woo a client and we're there standing by the toilets, I'm not getting the deal. No, facts. I will not get that deal.
Coming where I'm coming from, for you to kind of transition over to the other side, there's certain things that you need to do. You need to conduct yourself in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? And whether you like it or not, money has to be spent. If you're trying to deal with a person that is worth millions, you can't go there looking like you're looking for peanuts.
When I'm in the club, in a certain environment, drinks, all the good stuff for the client, right? When I actually come back with the bag, as Choma said, there's no complaints. So why the hell are we having the discussion now?
Why would I complain about you getting the bag? That's not what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
but this is what it takes.
No, you can. First of all, you don't have to go to the club to woo a client. You can take them for dinner. You could go to a pub and have drinks, you and that client. And if you're gonna go to the club, you can invite other guys. Correct? You have friends, babe.
That makes business and pleasure.
But so why are women with you and your business partner?
Because that's not pleasure, that's business.
With women that you've selected, buff things that you've selected to put on
Not
your
for
table.
me.
Yeah, he's insulting me right now
So
because you can do stuff and I can't.
It's not for me.
Who are you speaking to?
It's not for me.
The one thing I have, Instagram, that is away from him, he wants to control that and police that. Like, I've lost out on a lot of deals. I don't even post as often because of Paul, and he's out here entertaining women. Like, Paul has a type. So if it's business, he should pick the type that the partner wants, right? So he's getting all his type on his table, and he wants me to be happy with that. Excuse you.
So, as far as you're concerned, just explain to me how you want him to treat you.
I would definitely say, I want to put a timestamp on like how often you should get me gifts, but I just feel like, here and there. I think the last time he bought me something was September, my birthday, which was the Gucci bag. That's the last time that I've gotten like an expensive gift.
But the value on these gifts, is the value on these gifts, is it the value of the gift or is it something else?
I think it's a bit of both. I like to look good, and Jamel knows this, so it's just about keeping up. I think I don't think he really keeps up as a man. I don't think I'm asking for too much to look. Do you not want me to look good?
Babe,
do you not want me to look good?
I would love you to look good, but I feel like I'm 27 right now and she's 24. So me, I'm looking at assets, I'm looking at builds, I'm talking about building our future.
I don't think age's got to do anything with it.
I feel like you're just here for the fast life, you're here for the now, you're not thinking forward. Like, I'm doing the best for both of us, not just myself. Like, before I was saving for myself, but now you've come into the picture, I feel like I'm carrying the ship, driving the ship, literally being the ship.
I mean, I feel like you're making excuses now. For me, it's like you can't set a standard at the start and then completely change it. Like, that's not going to work for me. At the beginning, you were keeping up. You were buying me the gifts. You were taking me out. And now, all of a sudden, it's changed. Every female in a relationship should be treated like a princess. And that is the standard that I have set, and that is the standard that we set as females. Any guy that can't take their girl out regularly, buy her gifts, and attend to her needs, you're not ready to be in a relationship. Take a break, decide what you want to do, get your money up, and then we go again. So why do you have a girlfriend if you can't afford it? Is that
Whoa, this is your...
Deborah has just asked Jamal, why do you have a girlfriend if you can't afford it? One thing I want Deborah to know is, Deborah, if you can't afford the things that you want, why are you in a relationship? Are you in a relationship because you're seeking things that you are unable to buy for yourself? Because I feel like the high expectations and the responsibility that you're setting on Jamal is very unrealistic. Now, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? do you think that Deborah's setting too high expectations for Jamal, or is this what every girl wants? As she said, every lady wants to be treated like a princess, and every lady deserves to get the gifts and the presents and the going to the restaurant. So let me know, what do you think in the comment section?
Relation, don't do that.
Ooh.
What kind of places were you going to?
Wow. Are we going there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Denise. Are we going there?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
So you're going to say, tell the world that?
No, hold on.
You're going to tell the world that this is my first relationship? That's embarrassing.
But
Sorry, Jamel, what are you talking about?
I was saying that this is our first relationship, so I feel like
That's besides the fact. I have spoken to guys before. I've, dated a few guys. I've had experience with guys, but that's what we're not going to do. Like, I've spoken to guys before. It's not been as successful, yeah, fair enough. But you can't say that. I don't know about relationships.
So, did you have any kind of idea of the way a relationship would work?
It's clear that me and Deborah are on two different pages in life. Obviously, I'm 27, she's 24. I'm living for like the later, trying to get my property and other things. And obviously, she's trying to live within the now, like the fast life, the flashy things. I've been there, done that. Like, it's great, but right now we need to think about things for the future. I need to flourish, and I don't want it to be a thing where she's anchoring my life. I want it to be a thing where we're going together and going places together. I think that's the way we should be going.
Do you trust Paul when he's out?
I do trust Paul when he's out. Yes.
And
trust you too.
what are your...
No, you don't. You don't trust me, clearly.
So, hang on. What are your feelings for Paul?
I'm in love with Paul. That's why I reached out to you, because I'm trying to save our relationship. I don't want it to get to a point where you realise what you've lost when it's too late, okay? That's not a threat. I'm just saying, because you need to understand that you're kind of being unfair to me, babe, and you have been for a while. And yeah, I love him and I kind of want to work through this, but I need him to understand and to kind of see what he's doing. And he doesn't see that.
Right. Paul, let me reverse it now. Do you trust Shona?
I do.
Really?
You do?
Yeah.
That's good.
So why can I not dance then?
No. Look, it's not just the dancing. Look, you're trying to make it look like I'm nitpicking and it's the mentality, right? So, look, social media, just to stick onto that for a second, right? Okay. Let's look at a case scenario whereby she posts a picture, beautiful, right? Now, if she has a comment from a guy, love struck, then if she's liking and commenting on it, oh, thanks, hun, do you think that's necessary? Answer the question.
I'm sensing a bit of insecurity coming from Paul now. He's been very vocal, and it's good for him to be vocal, because this is what therapy is about. You becoming vocal and becoming confident and comfortable with speaking to your therapist. Now, with him saying CHIOMA, he just said that he trusts CHIOMA. CHIOMA said that she trusts him. And now he's talking about CHIOMA replying back to a comment. And one thing for me is, why would he feel that CHIOMA replying back to a comment is inappropriate when he trusts her? So I'm sensing a bit of vulnerability, because there should be no need for him to feel a certain way about CHIOMA commenting back to somebody, unless he's feeling quite insecure about who the person is and the type of relationship that they have. So let's continue to watch and see where this is going.
It does depend on the reasons why.
Oh, really? Okay. Would you do that in your relationship?
I don't think it's about my relationship.
No, but answer the question.
Okay, let's get to what I'm posting. I'm not posting my bum, and I'm not posting my breasts, or I'm not posting in provocative ways. I can post a selfie and a man can comment. Bearing in mind, yeah, this could be a man I don't know, or it could be one of my male friends. Paul would have an issue with that. I will hear headache. He will tell me to delete the comment. Why are you liking it? I am friendly by nature. So, again, I'm on a platform as well. I don't want to appear snobbish. I don't think there is any insult to replying to a comment that somebody has done. Quite frankly, I feel like I get more attention from social media than I do Paul. And I feel as though subconsciously that's probably what is affecting him, because he feels like, why are you giving my woman more love than I give her? Then how about you up your game?
At the end of the day, when you live with someone in the house, you've been with a person for a few years, obviously it's not every second you're going to give them a compliment. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, on Instagram, if a person's there, chasing her down, then it's not like, okay, that makes me want to chased her down. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, what's going on? I'm going to be a tiny bit triggered, if you know what I mean? Because I'm there, I can see it. It's blatant, it's in my face.
There's no reason.
So, Paul has just said he's a tiny bit triggered because the person seems to be chasing Chioma down. So that gives a bit of backstory as to why he feels the need to bring this up in therapy. It's more than the comment, it's the backstory and it's the reasoning behind the comment, and it's what Paul believes the comment may mean to him. So it's not just a love struck emoji, it's Paul interpreting that love struck emoji as the person wanted to chase Chioma down. So he's probably thinking this person likes Chioma, he wants to get with Chioma, and he feels triggered by this because him and Chioma are in a relationship.
For him to feel the way he feels. To me, that's a little bit controlling or borderline narcissistic. And I didn't get with him like that. He knew I was on social media before. He was one of the people liking my pictures. So now, I don't know what you want. Maybe you lock me in a room. Maybe I don't post or start deleting my profile.
Let me take it from here. Okay. What I got for what you just said is you want to be tamed, right?
What?
No. I'm not going to do that. You understand? You leave that to someone else. But what I can tell you is that all of this, you posting and entertaining other guys, it's not going to get you far.
First of all, what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying. You know, I'm trying to be honest.
That's not going to get me far in our situation.
Because obviously, if you think about it, if you're now equivalating love or a love struck emoji on Instagram to real life love, you've already failed.
What stupid love, babe? What stupid love are you giving me, first of all? Because I'm not equating the love struck to love. I'm just saying that. For example, we could go out for dinner and I could wear a really nice dress. Paul would not say anything. He'll take the picture at the end of the evening and I can post in that dress and people will love the dress. All of a sudden he'll say, oh, the dress is nice, but why are they commenting? Why are they doing this? Why couldn't you say it before? To me, it's like he's probably upset because I get the attention that he's not giving me. Not that I'm equating it to love and I'm holding on to the love as if it's real. We know how social media is. It changes.
So, Paul, do you believe that you are giving Chioma the love that she wants, requires, likes?
We live together.
We're roommates.
That didn't answer the question.
But you know you can be in a room full of people and be lonely.
That's not the case.
So when you're together in a room, you feel that is giving her love.
100%.
And how do you feel about that?
That's a wow, isn't it? Because it wasn't always like that. I don't know what's changed, but if you feel like that's giving me love, then that's fine. What can I say?
So yeah, I'm the provider in this relationship. And most of the time I do handle the finances. Would I say it's something that I learned growing up? Not really, but it's something that I did pick up along the way. And that's how I plan to move forward.
And is that the way you like it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm pulling faces, sorry. I just think he could do a bit more as a man. You know, my expectations of Jamel is to, yes, be the provider, but then you also have to look after me as my boyfriend. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like there's been a lack of that as of recent. You know, he seems to not want to buy me certain things that I asked for.
What, expensive stuff?
Yeah, and on top of that, like, I like going to restaurants, Hakkasan, Sexy Fish, you know, and that's the sort of restaurants that I like to go to. Jamel doesn't really, because he's staying for a house, I guess that's the excuse he's using these days. Oh. He doesn't want to do what he needs to do as a man, as my boyfriend, as my man. What normal girl doesn't want to go Hakkasan, Sexy Fish? It's actually the norm. Me and my girls, before we were in relationships, we took ourselves there. So I expect my man to take me there. It's the norm. It's a no-brainer.
What are your expectations of him as a man?
Definitely to look after me, to cover me financially. I know we've only been together for a year, but you know, that's my expectation from the get-go. When I was younger, my dad used to take me everywhere I needed to go. Even when I was driving, he would still take me where I needed to go. So that's what I expect of Jamel, just to basically be there for me as my protector, provider.
And Jamel, what are your expectations?
It's funny she says that, because I feel like I do that already. I think the question I've actually got for Deborah is, what exactly do you bring to the table?
Are you joking?
Did I start?
That's rude. That is very rude. I don't, like, should he be asked?
Deborah is triggered, and it's true. I'm happy that Jamal actually asked her that question, because Deborah is saying what she expects from her partner, and she's talking a lot about materialistic things. She's not talking about love. She's not talking about companionship. It's all about the material things. Now, Jamal has said to her, what does she bring to the table? And she has felt triggered by this. She has felt disrespected by this, and she's asking the therapist, should Jamal be asking her that? And I feel that Jamal is within his rights to ask her, you know, what do you bring to this relationship? Let me know in the comments, do you think Jamal was rude for asking that question? Let me know what you guys think.
That's actually rude, but I bring a lot to the table. You know that I have a 9 to 5. You know that I have a fashion business that I'm about to open.
Yeah, which I help you with.
Yeah, you help me with it, but I don't think it's right for you to say what do I bring to the table. So are you trying to say I don't bring anything to the table?
I feel like you could just definitely do a bit more. Obviously, me leading the finances, obviously, as I said, I'm the provider. I feel like Deborah can definitely do a bit more. Obviously, I feel like she's actually anchoring me rather than both lift or elevating together.
Well, when you get the house, then maybe I could do more. But for now, the house isn't here yet.
So you don't want to do nothing else?
So I will hold up my end of the, relationship. But at this present moment in time, it's up to you as a man to get us there. That's just my view.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
And that's not the way you see it.
100% not. I feel like in times like this, I feel like we should be elevated together. Like, this is the reason why we're actually in therapy right now, to actually...
Okay, so how would you like me to help you? I don't understand.
Do you even save?
We're not going to discuss about that. But that's what we're not going to do. I don't want to talk about what my savings on TV, like, not that serious. The fact is, you're my boyfriend, and what I expect of you as my man is to provide for me at this present moment in time. Like I said, when we get married, if we get married, then we'll think about things that I need to do. But for now, you need to take us there. Like, that's just it.
It's, you know what, I want to learn a bit more about Deborah's background and her upbringing, because she seems like she's talking from a place of something that she's seen or that she's experienced or that she's witnessed. She constantly says, it's Jamal's job to provide for her and to take her certain places before she is able to do whatever that she thinks is right for a relationship. Now, one thing that comes to mind is background, upbringing, family. I'm wondering whether Deborah has seen this in her family upbringing with her mum and dad, and now she's created that blueprint in her relationship.
You see the conversation we're having now, I wouldn't be able to have it at home with Paul because he gets so heated or he dismisses me. So if I'm expressing
what you'd like him to do.
I would like you to give me some love, like some affection. Acknowledge that I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Just, I don't know what to say because, I don't know. Just...
Babe, you're taking a fucking piss. And you're laughing. Look. No. Now. Okay. Out of everything that I've just said in terms of, the guy, her entertaining it on the emoji stuff, you're now telling her to ask me what she wants from me when she is the one that is ruining our brand.
Our brand? How has my Instagram got anything to do with you? No, tell me, because you met me on the Instagram. Did you build my platform? Yeah, straight away. It has nothing to do with him, and that's what he's too possessive over that account. Do you want it? Because it has nothing to do with you. If you maybe log me out and sign your name. If Paul fundamentally he put his face there. No. I need this one. It's not yours. It's not. We don't have a brand. We're in a relationship. We don't have a brand. I'm Chioma, you're Paul. When they book me for things, they don't say, "Oh, by the way, post with Paul." It has absolutely nothing to do with you. So stay out of it.
Okay.
I feel like my Instagram knows.
Yeah. I've heard. Look.
Paul met me on Instagram. Can we beat that? Can we take that in? That he met me on this same platform he no longer wants me to post. This same platform that he doesn't like the way I carry myself was the same platform he came to me on. Is this making sense to anyone? Because I'm confused. He was in my DMs and now all of a sudden I should stop responding to them. He was in the comments, he was liking the pictures. Now he doesn't even follow me.
Let me give you a tiny bit of coaching. Now, there's a difference between a brand and a face of a brand. Okay? Now, the guy behind the camera, that's the brand. Everything in front of it is the product.
So I'm the product. So
No,
you're
no, no,
selling me.
No.
Then
You're
what are
selling
you talking
yourself.
about?
You're selling yourself. Now listen to this. Hold on. Now, I'm a creator, right? I work with creatives, and what we do is we work with different products.
Because you take pictures, you're now part of a brand. Do they pay you?
No.
When they email me, is your name in the
Wait,
email?
Let me finish.
I don't think so.
Let me finish. What Chum is not getting is that
Oh my gosh.
I'm speaking from a position of power. Do you understand? The position I'm in, I don't get stressed over, does my makeup look nice? Does my hair look nice? I don't have hair. Do you see where I'm coming from? Now, at the end of the day, this is really, really a waste of my time, but do you know what? I'll go on. Now, let me finish. Now, you fucking wasted my time today, right? Hold on.
Relax.
No.
Because
I'm relaxed. Listen to what I'm saying.
Everyone's listening to you. Don't want shouting.
Listen to what I'm saying. Now, at the end of the day, there's a show, right? With every show, behind the show is the curtains.
You're not part of
I'm
it,
the one
sorry.
that's pulling the fucking strings.
You're not pulling
but
any
she can't
string.
see it.
You're not pulling any
It's
string.
over her head.
You're taking
She
pictures.
sees skittle
like
from the
anybody else.
sky. She thinks it's natural.
No,
But
excuse
she
me.
doesn't know there's someone that's on top that's pouring the skittle.
Excuse
talking
me.
about?
This is getting nobody anywhere.
Exactly, and that's why
Why
the
are you
fuck I'm
claiming something that
fucking
has
wasting my
nothing to
time.
do with?
You. Thank you and no thank you.
What are you claiming?
Can someone
Triggered. Wow. Paul has definitely got some underlining difficulties that he's struggling with, especially when it comes to social media. I guess Paul puts a lot of emphasis on his social media and on his brand, and I guess he wants, as he said to Chioma, spoiling the brand. I want to learn a bit more about Paul and his brand and the significance and the importance that he puts on his brand, especially when it comes to his relationship, because he seems to be confusing his work and his brand with his relationship and trying to interlink the two. And I'm also happy at how the therapist stopped the session and implemented the boundary by saying nobody's getting anywhere by, what things are happening right now. And Paul was very dismissive and he started to be a bit verbally abusive, which was unnecessary, but given the fact that he's essentially highly emotional, it's likely that these emotions are going to come out. He's now walking out of the room, so I'm assuming he's leaving the therapy session, which is a bit sad, but we'll see what happens next.
Please.
Where are you going?
Let him go.
Fucking bullshit.
How else I've got what the? Do you see what I have to deal with?
Chioma.
Oh my God.
Just take a minute. It's interesting that you say that you require the man to look after you. What's your family background?
Mm-hmm. My dad was always the breadwinner in the house. He looks after all of us. So he has 5 girls as well as his wife. So yeah, that's how I was raised. He looked after us. He was always going to work. He was always providing. On top of that, looking after my mum, buying her gifts, taking care of her. Growing up with my dad, he treated me like a princess. He took me everywhere I needed to go. He bought me whatever I wanted. And he has taught me not to accept anything less. That is the standard that I've set for my partner.
And what do you...
So, as we're getting further into the session and we're learning a bit more about Deborah, her dad has taught her the foundation of not to accept anything less than what her dad has provided her with. Now, she's now brought this into a relationship with Jamal, and Jamal is not meeting that expectation, hence why they're in therapy.
From those gifts, what do those gifts mean to you?
For me, it just shows appreciation. It shows that you're fulfilling your role as a man.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how it makes me feel.
Denise, I think the problem is not the gifts, it's the understanding about getting the gifts and when the gifts doesn't arrive. I feel like even with going on dates and stuff like that, she just wants to pick everything. It's almost like she's trying to be controlling, you know what I mean?
Controlling, because I'm choosing the restaurant.
Yeah, you're going to pick everywhere you're going to go. You're going to pick this, like, even controlling my social media activity, even things that I want to wear. It's like, you're trying to lay things on the bed for me.
He's stretching it too far now. Like, I'm doing it for the better. Like,
Better for what better? You think I can't handle my own?
I don't want Jamal to be embarrassing me. He likes to comment on girls' photos. You know, I laugh at girls like their man who be commenting on other girls' photos. I don't like, that's not me being controlling. That's me saving myself from embarrassment. That's what it is.
My problem is how Deborah behaves when she doesn't get away. It's just too spoiled bratish. Like, I get her age and stuff, but that's no excuse. Like, even when she tries to get away, it's a bit too controlling for my liking. Like, I get she likes the flashy things of life and stuff like that, but that needs to get out the window now.
And do you choose his clothes?
I mean, sometimes.
She can't choose my clothes. She tries to police. I think that's
sometimes. You take my advice.
There's a difference between advice and policing. We're not going to police my clothing. I've had enough of it.
So,
what?
Jamal has just left the room. The atmosphere is getting very, very tense now, and you know, as I said, sessions continuing, things are getting deeper, conversations are getting much more heated, and I guess Jamal also felt triggered, and hence why he's leaving the room. He feels controlled, and he feels like this is not the type of relationship that he wants to be in. And with Deborah having a lack of understanding about this is where the confusion and the difficulties lies.
don't worry.
Denise, I mean, sorry, I don't understand. This is what I mean. Like, sometimes he literally just gets so angry and we can't even talk about anything anymore.
Are you saying he's got anger issues?
Sometimes he can just get so angry and just shut down and then walks out.
Okay. But he's never been physical with you?
No, definitely not. We never ever take it there. He normally removes himself from the situation, but for me, I'm not really sure why he got angry with having a conversation.
I think at the time you were talking about this control. He felt controlled. But that's not the way you think.
No,
reacting.
I don't think so. Like, we're a couple. Like, I advise him on what he should wear. With the messages with the comments on Instagram, like, sorry, I'm not gonna have that at all. You can't be commenting on girls' photos. That's nothing to do with me being controlling.
We can move forward with an exercise of some sort, and we can bring it all back together again.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Does it upset you when he acts like this?
Maybe I could be a little bit aggressive with how I talk, but at the same time, if he's not meeting my expectations, I'm going to voice it. Like, I voice my opinions, and I feel like that's what he has an issue with.
Is this the way that he would end an argument normally?
Yes.
Like, normally I'm not even able to get this far, because as soon as I say something, he's triggered. If he doesn't want to hear it, he's triggered, and he dismisses me. Like I said, he walks out. This is what I mean, like, and he thinks there's nothing wrong with us. I mean, I didn't expect it to happen so early on, but I knew he was going to walk out at some point. He likes to run away from problems, and that's what he's done now, okay? So we are unable to have a conversation because he doesn't like what I'm saying. I have to go after him once again. Like, I have to be the one to solve these things. I have to be the one to squash our beef. So I guess that's the role I have to take on as his girlfriend. How is someone claiming something that has nothing? He met me on Instagram. So how are you now taking the platform and saying, no, I need to post what you want me to post? How's that got anything to do with you? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I'm shouting.
No,
but
it's okay.
like, I love this man, I really do. But he just doesn't see from my perspective. I don't even feel like, I don't know if he loves me. That's just the honest truth.
How long have you felt like this?
From when we moved in together.
So things changed then?
Yes.
Very, very difficult situation, and I like how Denise asked CHIOMA, how long have you been feeling like this? Because now what she's done is help CHIOMA identify the trigger, and CHIOMA has said that she started feeling like this when she first moved in with Paul. And so now it's all about exploring what changed happened when you moved in, what are the changes that you witnessed, what are the things that you experienced when you moved in as opposed to when you weren't living with Paul. So that will be a bit more deeper within the sessions and as the sessions progress.
I feel like I started seeing the real Paul. Because obviously a lot of things started getting under my skin more because I'm seeing you every evening now. Unlike before, I would visit him on weekends, stuff like that. Now he's just a complete arsehole. Sorry, can I use that? He's a complete arsehole. Like, he's so pompous, so arrogant, like...
But, you know, what you've just said is he's changed since you've moved in together. Do you think that maybe you might have changed slightly since you've moved in together?
I wouldn't say I've changed. I think I'm trying to be heard. I just want to be heard in my household. It's my house as well. Do you know what I mean? I want to have a voice, and Paul is kind of gradually taking away my voice. Literally. I'm sorry, because I don't want to have these kind of conversations without him, you know, because again, I want it to be constructive. So I'll be back. Just give me a second.
But
I'm so sorry.
If it's too much, then don't worry. We can.
No, because he needs to be here. This is why I kind of reached out to you. I'm so sorry. Just give me a minute.
That's fine.
Chioma's walked out of the room to get Paul.
She's taking the piss. Like, she knows me better than anyone else, and she knows how I get in these situations. Like, she almost comes like she's trying to manipulate this whole environment. Like, I've had enough of it. I'm done.
I just can't tolerate disrespect. Like, I've brought her here to therapy, and I just feel like she's intentionally trying to embarrass me. Because obviously, I guess maybe I've been doing tit for tat, and obviously this time going to be petty and stuff. But there's a right place and the right time for that, and this is what I am.
Being here, to me, it's just a joke. I knew from day one it's all bullshit. I calculated everything. Do you understand? Therapy or not, it's a hot mess, to be fair. And now the whole world gets to see it, thanks to CHIOMA. Like, I don't know if I can see myself coming back to this. I've tried for our relationship. Do you understand? But right now it's like, come on. Like, I've done what I can do, like.
Paul likes his ego stroked every now and then, and I'm quite happy to do that. For me, this therapy session means a lot. It means a lot more than he even understands. This is the last leg for me, and if this doesn't work out, then I'm not gonna stay in this relationship. Like, we are done, and I want to be able to feel as though I tried my best.
Even though I'm pissed off, at the same time, obviously, I've invested like 3 years into the relationship, and I know what this means to her. I have to still kind of be a bit logical / considerate to the situation and my partner. You know, I'm not a total asshole, so yeah, I'm not leaving yet.
So, the end of episode 2, very, very interesting. As you can see, the couples are being more vocal. Emotions seem very high with both Jamal and Paul leaving the room. And I'm happy that Paul has agreed to go back. I hope Jamal also agrees to go back. But it's very interesting how we're seeing both sides of the story and how both couples are being vocal. And when it comes to therapy sessions, as you go on from sessions, things do get a bit more comfortable. And I'm happy that the environment, although it can be quite heated, I'm happy that people are understanding the process of this and the importance of this. So I'll be interested to see what episode 3 has in store. Leave a comment below. Let me know, how did you find episode 2? And I'll see you when I review episode 3.